Chill here. Chill here with Sarah Stellis Moon Ascendant 29 degrees Sagittarius, Midheaven 15 degrees Libra, and the Moon is 2 degrees Libra, forming a lovely kite with Pluto, Sun, and Neptune. Venus in the 8th house in reception with the Moon, 8 degrees Cancer. Mercury almost taking up positions in the 18 degree, right now 17 degree. Mars has begun its degree orb and applying to on the minute squaring Pluto. What I see is an advertisement for investments, and the saying is cells multiply, so should your investment. Or now, I'm not a financial advisor. Okay, Moon Day, Moon Hour. Moon Day basically is already Venus night. Okay, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm contemplating with you. And this is actually an Epstein Dossiers episode more than financial investment advice. But the implications. Chiron is about to ingress to Taurus. The last time Chiron was around Beta Persei, which is when people are supposed to be seeing the returns of the 7, 8, 9 years of Chiron in Taurus. That time the banks were confiscated by the state because they tried to generate exponential growth artificially. What is biotech if not investment in cancer? What cells multiply exponentially? Without, for example, if people have a baby, the cells multiply and then the baby pops out of the womb. And but the only type of cells that multiply exponentially without limitation is cancer cells. I hope people are well in California. And now here's the thing. I'm not pro or against transhumanism, because the question is not if it's homos technologicos. The question is, do people technological or not? A little bit of a shout out, and I want to give a shout out to, first of all, Motorina Makeup. It's a feminism disguised in good looks, and it is what it is. Juana, who doesn't want to go back to college, and she makes very beautiful music. And Tilswan, everybody already knows. Sigurul, everybody already knows. And this is where Viatmos. So Viatmos makes videos that are composed music, originally composed music, to the beautiful imagery of the imaginary space. And this is showing us that the combination of the organic and the inorganic can absolutely be a cosmic journey through space. A sexually harassing man would be less preferred than an honoring robot. And so the C factor is, do people. Um, for the economy to economy, people need to people. And I said the key factor was rape. I was having a nice conversation with a lady that came from Egypt. And she told me she came from Egypt and they were stateless in Egypt and they were castrated, deported, and whatnot. And I said to her, listen, if people are raped and tortured, then they do terror. In our Genesis, we do not have a union that is sexual, honoring, not raping. And she says, are you Jew? As if that was the question. The penny just didn't drop. And the fact that that penny didn't drop makes it easier. I'm reminded that I saw an advertisement. I talked about of avocado oil, and the brand was Dante. And I was way too overwhelmed for a little while, but then I noticed that, wait a second, I did buy in the past avocado oil, and indeed, it's harvested by avocados, which are not necessarily um, honoring. And I was like, oh, wait a second, that's actually that's actually something that was missing, and it's probably true to most of our food industry. Um, in order to fast, people need to be at ease and at peace. And so, in order to absorb minerals, they need to eat food that is actually fooding and be at peace and at ease. Sexual boundary violation negates absorption of minerals, but also sometimes people cannot even drink. Um, and the people that were raped um, indeed become terroristic. Now, as long as the transhumanism regulates the nervous system, embodies empathy, and consistent, secure attachment, it's less troubling. But all the worries that we have about transhumanism are basically what happens to people when they're tortured. Now, going back to the biotech, um, Chiron towards beta persei, that can be a reason that we already see, for example, that the life savings of people don't actually yield. Why? Because we need to abolish rape culture. Also from the food industry, also from many things. Just the awareness, just attending to it is already way ahead of most. Um, and that pertains to life on the land. Um, I had a conversation today with a lady that was just checking the tickets at the train, and I made my monthly donation to people that have no train ticket. She told me she's an artist and she loves to create and she loves to work in her land. And I said to her, you know, you reminded me something because the earth regulates the nervous system. And most people that live, let's say, in Tel Aviv, they live in remote from having land houses. So when Palestinians would talk about their lost olive trees, there was no people that don't have land find it difficult to relate to the quest of people that um, lost land. When there is rape on the land, people lose land. There is rape in our food industry. We understand that either people lose food or people begin to consume food that is not actually nourishing, and that indeed what actually grows. Um, this can create a little bit of a bubble which can confiscate the investment sector by I believe it will be 2032 when Chiron is going to be on Beta Persei again. Um, for the people who say, hey, don't let them out. Here's the thing. To the people that are from the opinion that they enlighten people by doing this, um, the noticing people in advance, giving them the chance to change, um, makes this statement way more valid. Whereas not giving people a chance to change um, also prevents change within and causes stagnation to those that see themselves as enlightening humanity, let's say. Um, with Chiron, Taurus, Mars square Pluto, Lilith, 17 degrees Sag, um, just like people like Till Swan say, oh, we should treat technology good. which I agree. Honor the feminine, people. Honor the feminine. Suffice to say.